Since the clampdown 2 years ago, you've seen a recovery in the demand for private jets in China.
We have. China's been a great market for us for a long time, and we've seen some very good activity over the last few years, including last year. Last year, the Asia-Pacific region, and China in particular, was our second busiest market outside the U.S. So we're still seeing good signs of activity and growth in the China market.
How good? What kind of recovery are you looking at or expecting for 2018?
Well, I think we're going to continue to see good activity in China and growth in sales. We've invested.
It's double-digit growth, Scott?
It's hard to predict, but we've invested a lot in the region. We have sales offices and support people, the service center in Beijing. We have a tremendous market share in China. We actually have about 70% of the large cabin market in China. So the Gulfstream brand is really strong, and I think that's going to support further growth for us in China.
What kind of jets are you selling more in China? Is it the bigger, longer range jets?
It is. It's primarily the longer range, large cabin aircraft that will allow Chinese companies to get nonstop to many destinations around the world. So as Chinese businesses expand around the globe, they have seen the utility that a business jet like a Gulfstream can provide, and so I think that's driving a lot of our success.
China means one billionaire every other day. Has the profile of your customers changed in recent years? Because if you read reports that say that the standard age or the average age of your customers are about 50, 55, Has that changed in China?
I think it's changed a little bit. But it's changed through expansion in the market, and I think the age of our buyers is probably getting a little bit younger as we see growth continue to expand around the globe with the younger generation. We're seeing more younger buyers.
In terms of competition, I mean, you have an impending competitor coming on board, Bombardier, with its Bombardier 7000. What do you make of the competition that you'll be seeing by the end of the year?
Well, we're very pleased to have the G650 and 650ER at the top of our product line. And as you look around the static display here, they're the only two super large cabin long-range airplanes here at the show. So we've delivered nearly 300 G650s to the market since its introduction. We're at the top of the market. It's the longest range, largest cabin airplane that somebody can take delivery of today. And I think you're going to see the 650 remain at the top of the market for a very long time.
Could your market share be at stake given the competition that's coming up?
We don't think so. I think one of the things that sets Gulfstream apart and has given us such great market share is that we have proven we can deliver airplanes on time and proven that the airplanes we deliver meet what we say they'll do. That's a big differentiator in Gulfstream. Customers want to have the confidence that what we predict and promise we're going to deliver, and we've got a long track record of doing that.
Gulfstream has acknowledged the demand for larger aircraft, larger than the 650. Are you looking to meet that demand? What are the plans going forward?
We're always looking at different products across our product line, from the super mid-size up to the ultra long-range aircraft like the 650. We invest nominally in some research on supersonic. So we've got a great long-term product strategy. We're going to continue to compete in every market in the business aircraft segment.
Scott, the whole morning has been pretty much preoccupied with the sell-off in the markets. Do you expect the negative sentiment to impact eventually to your customers' sentiment towards buying these business jets?
It's hard to predict. There's good news and bad news all the time. I think that the corporate tax reform in the U.S. is actually going to be positive for us. We've already seen some good response to that from not only corporations in the U.S., but corporations overseas as well. They can see the impact of good economic conditions in the U.S. So we'll continue to watch it, but we're focused on the long term.